Maybe. Probably should have been less... Probably should have been a bit more greedy about the Battle Rage. Good effort. Yeah, it's... I knew it wasn't going to be enough. Let's not drop the Pyro in case it is tempo. Those whirlwind effects are really handy. It's basically like consecrating the board. It's Cthulhu. Okay. Blood to Ichor. Yeah, I don't think we need to use wild power here, just blood. Blood to Ichor. Coin out the Emperor. We have a lot of whirlwind effects too. If he doesn't kill this, it can get pretty big.
You want it? I got it.
Because we can do a total of 3 whirlwind effects. I think I still just coined the Emperor. Now he has a big threat, like Emperor he definitely wants to kill. But which one does he fireball? The Frothing or the Emperor? Emperor is the finite. Okay. Well, Blizzard then he doesn't have to kill anything. What are the chances that he has Flame Strike? If I make patrons, is that even necessary? I think I have enough pressure on board as is that I don't even have to make patience this turn. Because he has to deal with this and the Frothing too. So does he use Flame Strike? Fireball. So you don't need Grom? No, Grom is like really expensive. And it deals 12 damage, basically. And we can deal a lot more when we charge Frothings and Worgens, so I think it's just unnecessary. Just kind of clunky card that's dead against aggro. Okay, I guess he's pretty desperate, giving me more patrons. I don't think it's necessary to play the Ghoul. It's very hard enough to clear this. If I play Ghoul, then everything, my board is completely full, and if he has like Blizzard, he can just put everything down to 1 health. I need something to charge though. Need the Worgen. 16 cards left. We have Execute for this guy. There might be a counter spell. So if we want to give up a spell, it's gonna be Slam. Let's drop Wild Pyro in case it's Mirror Entity. FG. Okay. I forgot that's still a card. It's like, it can't be dupe. I guess I can execute. And then, shall we develop a 3/3? I think I'll save the 2 whirlwind effects. Having double Ravaging Ghoul in case he plays the mirror images. Why you don't have Grom in this deck? Grom is because it's too expensive, it's clunky, it only does 12 damage max. Well, I guess it could do more. Alright, so there's the mirror image that we're talking about. Okay, now we have Axe. Go to Axe to the face. Alright, no more forbidden healing. How did you get forbidden healing last time? Oh, from Spellslinger, because the tomb, whatever the Book of Tomb thing that gives him 3 spells, that should only give him mage spells, right? Alright, heals back to full health. So it's Reno. It's okay, because we still have enough buffs to deal 26. And like, I guess we just let it die. Can't believe people are still playing Reno Mage without dupe and all that. Alright. No missed armor up this time. What's the most damage you can do one turn? You can do up to 30. We missed out on an inner rage there, so that's why it's only 26. Only 26 damage. Hi, and the faceless for big combo. No faceless needed. Usually 30 damage is enough to kill them. The only matchup that you would improve with faceless is Control Warrior. But you could go, yeah, you could include it for Control Warrior. It depends on if you think there's enough Control Warriors to justify teching a card that's only against them. Yeah, with one rampage. 33 with Axe, yes, that's correct. But that requires you to have the Axe equipped already. It's 10 mana to do, with like nothing equipped, it's 10 mana to do 30. I think I keep this. It's good with combination with weapon to kill off a lot of their things at 4 health. Ash Drake, Tomb Pillager. So you kind of need something to deal that 1 extra. This is good. Emperor's good. And card draw. Do you only want to use Rampage for lethal? Not necessarily. Sometimes you can use it to revive a patron that's like at 1 health and make more. It just depends on if your win condition is making patrons or if it's for Worgen. You have to be flexible. There's many ways to win the game with this deck. It's not a linear deck like Cthulhu decks. Cthulhu decks are usually pretty linear. It's like you build up and your win condition is Cthulhu. This one, yeah, you want, like, eventually you can build up to the Worgen, but you may actually finish the game earlier with frothing, patrons. There's like multiple win conditions. I think I don't want to armor up. But usually against Rogue they have minions. They're gonna play some minions for you to hit, so I guess you'll get damage pretty easily. If I don't get a 3-drop, I should point out the Gnomish. It's too... Okay, well that's a drop. It's too... I was gonna say it's too passive to wait and not do anything on turn 3. Like, you should develop Gnomish if you have it. Obviously, if I got 3-drop like Frothing, it would be ideal. Cthulhu. Seems like a lot of people trying out Cthulhu, huh? We could do Ichor. Yeah, that's good. I like Ichor. I was thinking about using Slam, but I like Ichor a lot better because I can also develop the Frothing. This is way more pressure. And then we point out Emperor. What's this deck's matchups? Haven't played much of regular Patron, let alone OTK. So the key matchups that this deck aims to beat are Zoo. Zoo is probably the best matchup. Midrange Shaman. Any form of Rogue. Paladin. Priest. Tempo Mage. The weak matchups are Freeze Mage and Control Warrior. And it should be fun against Druid too. And Hunter. It's basically like, it should be favorable against the meta. There's not that many Freeze Mage players. And then Control Warrior is like maybe half the Warriors. The other half is Patron Warrior, which should be 50-50. Just like who can make Patrons first. Yeah, I just do this. I don't want to waste a 3 attack on a 1 health minion. Hey, Uniman, love your watching your vids. Haven't been able to catch your stream in a while. Really glad you updated this deck for standard. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Hey, what type of shaman is preferable to bring to line up in tourney? Think about N'Zoth, Pally, Patron, Shaman, and now deciding 4th. Probably try out. I mean, you should go check out Loyan. Loyan's he finished like #1 EU with Shaman last season, so check out his list and ask him on his stream about Shaman, because I'm not the Shaman expert. Like, you should definitely ask him. What is this? Seems kind of like Mill Rogue. He's running this thing. I think I just replay it. Thanks for the advice, by the way. Love your interaction. No worries, Top Hat. Glad I can help out. Shadow Strike. I guess he's just running that. Just for healing instead of Healbot. Because there's no more Healbot. Let's draw cards. Maybe draw that second Acolyte. I'm not going to use the Battle Rages in case I overdraw. Will I overdraw? It seems I draw like 2 cards from the Acolytes here. I think I'd go for one Battle Rage. Like, if he really wants to overdraw me, then he needs to use Fan of Knives here. But if he just like hits here, that's 2 cards, I don't overdraw. So he just has to decide if it's worth the effort to overdraw me. So he doesn't overdraw. Okay. So we make Patrons. Patrons are actually really good against Rogue nowadays too. Especially this Death Rattle Rogue. They don't have good board clear. Even Spell Power or Fan of Knives is not good enough. So I can draw 3 cards with this. And then I need to play something. You guys have to drop the Wild Pyro. Okay. He might be Reno. I played against Reno Cthulhu deck today. Reno Cthulhu Rogue. So 30 damage combo is Inner Rage, Worgen, Inner Rage. It's Worgen, Inner Rage, Charge, Rampage, and Taskmaster. There's 3 buffs to it. Yeah, so 2 Inner Rage, 1 Taskmaster, Rampage, Charge. You don't need the X for 30. And make sure you do it in the right order. So like if you do, you can't do Worgen, Inner Rage, and Taskmaster because then it dies. That's dealing 3 damage to your Worgen. You have to play Rampage in there somewhere before your third buff. Alright, so there's Skulker. I guess we slam. Kind of was hoping for Whirlwind. Ravaging Ghoul would mean I have to donate the Ghoul to him. He's at 25 health. I assume he doesn't have like even more healing. So let's go with let's enrage this. This way we can actually play the Ravaging Ghoul. And then do I want to develop this or Gnomish? I think I'd rather just keep cycling cards. We have 5 cards left. We're just looking for the... As always, we're looking for Worgen. If he plays N'Zoth, he brings back Sylvanas. How many other Death Rattles? Zeril? He brings back Zeril, Sylvanas. I think those are the only Death Rattles he's played so far. How come they didn't fix the Fan of Knives in their hotfix? Seems like a stupid thing to keep as is. Guess it wasn't hot enough to fix. There's Worgen. Missing charge though. Okay. Let's go ahead and make patrons here. We'll keep the Whirlwind as a cheap way to activate executes. I don't think they play any taunts. But in case they do. Betrayal. Interesting. That's one way to clear patrons. 4 cards left. Enrage. I'm actually fine giving out Taskmaster now too, because I have 22 with charge. I guess I'm not playing around Reno. I could get punished if he's a Reno rogue. Emperor. Vis. There we go. No, eventually it'll get here. Betrayal definitely feels like Reno. That's true. Well then, he was greedy. Not to play the Reno there. Why no Sea Reaver in this deck? I don't know, you tell me. Let me see if I can fix Deck Tracker, by the way. Okay. Alright, looks like it's updating again now. Warlock should be heavily favored for us. I'd say Zoo is like 80 to 90%, and Handlock is, I don't know. Not too many people play Handlock, but I'd say it's still favored, maybe 60-70%. Just my impression. Those aren't like hard stats or anything. Wow, got all our key damage dealers in hand. I like Frothings early because they apply pressure and they're not your win condition either, so you don't mind them dying, and then you have Worgen to finish up. Oh, what's win condition usually for mirror matchup? Who generates patrons first? Yes. You can win sometimes if you if they make patrons first, but you have enough to like clear their first wave of patrons, then they kind of screwed themselves over because they use at least like 3 or 4 cards to make patrons, and they didn't get any card draw from it. So if you're actually able to clear off their first wave patron, usually you can win, even though you didn't make it first. But the game plan is always to make yours first. What are the mullies for this deck? I decided to switch over and learn while I have the master right here. Check out my Hearthstone guide first. So check that out, and that should give you some basic mulligan strategy. It's not set in stone because I think a lot of people don't realize that your mulligan also depends on the other cards in your hand. It's not just like, oh, you want this card, this card, this card. It's like, well, you want this card if you have this card as well in your hand. So it's not that simple. You have to think about the hand as like a whole. If you have a plan with your hand. I want to play around Hellfire, so I want to keep at least one thing at higher than 3 health. And then Inner Rage is lethal. In that case, would you choose to keep your patron your mulligan as warrior? Yes. I missed 1 damage. Did I really? Okay, got our win streak back again.